Welcome back to 30 Days of Mania, WrestleMania VII. And as you can hear, Hulk Hogan once again at the top of the mountain after beating Sergeant Slaughter. We watched 3 matches. We watched the introduction, which was very American, as it always is, but it was injected with even more Americana because of the whole main event feud with Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter, with, you know, Sergeant Slaughter kind of doing a heel Iraqi kind of gimmick, kind of playing off the Gulf War and stuff, which is a very risky thing to do at the time, to the point where they actually changed the arena that they were having WrestleMania because they were worried about security and there was like death threats and stuff like that. Anyway, Willie Nelson sang America the Beautiful. That was cool. What did you think of that?
He's old.
Yeah, that was back then. This is 20.
I know, but you can like tell about it, but listening to his voice, even like he's kind of old. I'm not a fan of the a cappella singing. Like, they spend so much money on this. Can't they hire a band or orchestra or something? Seriously, for one song, it's not going to cost that much. Seriously. So I don't know. Even the best singer sounds better with music. So I love Willie Nelson. So I was kind of like, really? Acapella again?
It was alright though.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it's just, it would be better with music.
So the first match we watched was Undertaker versus Jimmy Snuka. Undertaker's first WrestleMania match. Much different Undertaker than we're used to, obviously. It was his first year in the WWF. And, you know, it was a very short match. He was very kind of into the dead man gimmick, you know, no selling stuff. And did Hogan just wipe the blood off his face with that American flag and throw it into the crowd?
I think it was the Iraqi.
Oh, alright. Well, okay. Anyway. Yeah, Undertaker, Jimmy Snuka. It was okay, wasn't it? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Undertaker was more bouncy back then.
Yeah, he did a couple of, like, he did his flying clothesline and stuff like that, so. Yeah, short but sweet. Then we watched the retirement match between Randy Savage, Macho King Randy Savage at the time, and the Ultimate Warrior. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good match. A lot of back and forth action. The crowd were into it. We had Sensational Sherry at the time. I don't know what she would call at that time, but Sherry was at ringside with Randy Savage, just getting involved the whole time. And watching these WrestleManias in this era of wrestling, you really see how integral to wrestling the managers were. Like, there's a manager almost every big match, and they're always doing something. They're always running around the ring, taking bumps. Sherry was taking bumps and stuff, getting knocked down by Warrior, and she was great. And it was a good match. I liked it, but I'm not sure how I feel about because I haven't seen this match before. I'm not sure how I feel about Randy Savage hitting his finish, the top rope elbow drop, 5 times in a row, and having Warrior just kick out, and it was just like, oh my god.
And then Warrior up.
Yeah, and
whatever.
Which I just find, like, I find hulking up so much more enjoyable, or like.
Well, he started it, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's just like, you know, he's just, you know, oh yeah.
No, everybody's doing it.
All he does is he's shaking his arms. He's like, yeah, I got to do this. Whereas Warrior's like dancing around, his knees are coming up, and he's like, oh yeah. It's just like a little. I don't like it. It's just a bit too ridiculous for me, a bit too superhero-like.
After 5 finishes.
Yeah, after 5 finishes, and then he hits his splash. Savage kicks out with that, which I thought was really cool. And then they played this whole bit where Warrior's like, what is this?
Is this a sign from above?
Yeah, and
should I retire?
Yeah, the commentator's like, is he saying it's a sign from his gods? This is it, he should walk away. And then they're playing this thing where he's going to just like walk away from wrestling because someone kicked out of his finisher. And then like, it just goes on for ages, and then like he gets the upper hand again, which he takes as a sign is, I can do this, I know now. And then he goes on and he hits his flying like tackle, and Savage fly.
You were going to say taco then?
That'd be enough. Flying taco straight in the mouth. A flying tackle. He hits Savage. Savage, like the force of it, rolls him out the ring. Cool spot. Goes outside, picks him up, runs off the rope, does it again. Savage goes out the ring, goes out again. I thought it was deja vu. I thought it nodded off and it had been rewound or something. It was like the camera angle was the same, the bump was the same. It was like, okay. Picks him up, does it again. Savage almost rolls out the ring, puts him in the middle, then he just stands on him. 1, 2, 3. It was just a really weird. I don't know. I didn't like the finish. I didn't like I liked the idea of doing 5 elbow drops, because I thought it was just like he was really going for it. But then the whole thing with Warrior, like, oh my gods, that just kind of killed it a little bit towards the end, but I enjoyed it overall. What did you think of the match?
I agree with you, really.
And then we had Elizabeth at ringside. I don't know the full storyline, but I'm guessing, you know, she moved away from Savage on TV, and so it was their reunion, I guess you could say, and they kind of got back together, and they played it up a lot, but the crowd loved it, and there were women crying in the front row, tears streaming down their face.
Literally.
One woman, her teeth were like...
And they're like, so happy.
And then Savage picks up Elizabeth on his shoulder like he used to do, so it was a nice, sweet moment.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I've only seen like the WrestleMania build-ups for it. So
yeah, I'm sure people who were watching it week in, week out, it was a much bigger moment for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was good. And then finally the main event, Hulk Hogan, Sergeant Slaughter, as I mentioned, the Iraqi thing, playing off the Gulf War. This match was, I'll be honest, I almost fell asleep a couple of times. I was nodding off a little.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't miss anything because there's not much going on.
You didn't miss anything.
It was quite a slow match, but I enjoyed Sergeant Slaughter's bumping. He did some cool bumps in the match.
On the ropes.
Yeah, like on the ropes and on the turnbuckle. He was getting thrown around and stuff. But overall, it was just kind of a slow, plodding match. I mean, it worked because of the whole angle.
You skipped the promo.
Huh?
You skipped the promo.
What promo?
Of the...
Oh yeah, the Sergeant Slaughter was doing this promo, and it was just a bit too. He's like, I don't know, it was a bit a bit too hokey and cheesy for me. I just don't need to see this, and it turned out it was quite long as well. So we watched the Hulk promo and then the match. Hulk bladed, you know, that added a bit more drama to the match. I think the people got into it a bit more, and
dyed his hair in the process.
Yeah, and then it all built towards the you know, the classic.
It took a while.
It did.
It was. They dragged it out too long, I think.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for him to, you know, look up.
Yeah.
And when it did, that was like actually a relief, because I knew it was going to be over soon. Because you knew that he was going to win. There was no way that they were going to let that Slaughter dude win.
Like Ultimate Warrior Hogan from WrestleMania VI, it could have gone either way, like really, because they were both so over, and you didn't know where they were going to go. This one was very cut and dry. You know that Hogan's going to triumph. America's going to triumph over the... Of
course.
Oh, you didn't like that because I think they brought in the Iraqi flag. I'm not sure if it was the Iraqi one, but it was some Middle Eastern flag or something, and he draped it over Hogan while he pinned him. I like that idea. Hogan kicks out, and he wipes the... Oh no, he ripped it. Yeah, he ripped the flag in half. You would not get away with that today. They would go crazy. Social media would explode, and they'd be under fire instantly. But there you go. Yeah, it was alright. You know, Macaulay Culkin was in the front row. Connie refuses to believe this. It clearly is him, though.
Clearly is him.
I mean,
it so clearly is.
She
him.
thinks it's just someone who looks like him.
Because nobody can look like a celebrity ever.
Yeah, but you're telling me that someone looks exactly like Macaulay Culkin in 1991 while he's that age, who looks exactly like him, can afford front row seats to WrestleMania in Los Angeles, the city of movies, and has a little... Obviously his parents paid for them, whatever.
Yeah, there were other kids there too. It's packed with kids there.
Yeah, and then there was another kid next to him who looked just like him,
he looked older.
With brown hair and a little shorter. Kieran Culkin, his younger brother.
Which looked older. I believe you though. Yeah, fine, it's him. But I'm just saying, there is a possibility of someone looking, you know, look.
It was clearly him.
I'm not saying it wasn't.
You were. That's what you were saying.
I were.
You were.
I was. I'm not anymore. I'm just, you know, I'm saying people can look like other people.
Okay. That's it then. That's the most about WrestleMania VII. Rolling on. Hogan's fully lost his hair at this point on the top.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, the times are changing, but the changing of the guard hasn't quite happened yet. We're still in the Hulk. One more thing before we finish. Warrior had this interesting ring attire. He had his face on one knee pad, Macho Man's face on the other knee pad. He had this huge like mural of both of them on his jacket, and on the back of his pants it was like something like, "This match is the one that matters the most." Oh no, this doesn't matter as much, and it was a picture of the world title. I don't know whether that was something that Warrior did by himself and he was annoyed that he wasn't in the main event, or whether, you know, they let him do it. I don't know. It was interesting. I'm sure there's a story behind it. Thank you for watching. Anything else to add? No. See you next time with WrestleMania 8.